A group called Friends of Josh Matlow has released an open letter urging the councillor to enter the race for mayor. The group includes professors, outreach workers, community organizers, artists, and musicians. The letter says Torontonians have been given a generational opportunity to choose a new mayor, and it's time for change. And for more on this, we're joined live by the councillor himself. Josh Matlow joins us in studio. Thanks so much for coming in tonight.
Good to see you.
All right, so with this latest endorsement of the Friends of Josh Matlow group, I have to ask, do you have an announcement to make tonight? Have you made a decision on whether you're going to run for mayor?
I certainly am strongly considering running to replace John Tory for Mayor of Toronto, and I'm deeply grateful for the support of so many people in our city who, in their own right, are leaders in our communities, whether they be artists, whether they be working with people who are living on our streets and need homes, people who are working to make our environment healthier, and people who are working in their neighborhoods to improve the lives of their neighbors. I do know that what we have in common, our priorities, our values, is that even though we've had mayors in the past who have talked a lot about how everything's great and they're doing an awesome job, people know that we can do a lot better. The snow clearing has been inept. Our parks and the bathrooms, for example, are often closed and broken. Our roads are in disrepair, our infrastructure is eroding, and the services that we need to actually address many of the issues in our society, including crime, are unfunded and not adequate. They're not actually being successful. So I know we can do a lot better, and I just think we need to get real as a city about how to address these problems and how to fix these problems rather than keep pretending that everything's fine.
So very specifically, where are you at in a decision-making process? I know you've been on council for several years now, but this is a bigger question to ask yourself, to ask your family,
Absolutely.
to ask your friends of Josh Matlow as well, to throw their support behind you for a job like this. Where are you at in the process, and who are you talking to, and where are you getting advice from on that?
Well, certainly, unlike some other announcements, for example, that have had lists of various corporate lobbyists and others on their teams, I am seeking the advice of people like Kathy Crow and former Mayor John Sewell, and Erica M. and Sharon and Bram from Sharon Lewis and Bram, and all sorts of remarkable people who, they're the ones who are actually really impressive. I'm just happy to be associated with them. But the first endorsements I would need, obviously, are my wife Melissa and my 10-year-old daughter Molly, because we would be on a journey together, and we would be the package that people would get if they ever elected me. But I also, I want to make sure that whatever we do is done well. So I would have an announcement when I believe that we are ready to announce. But right now we're doing a lot of work to both, explore, but also to make sure that we're going to do this well.
So as you explore this possibility, what does the city need right now in a mayor? What do you feel are the top priorities for anyone thinking for the top job?
To finally take a pragmatic and progressive approach to getting services for people who are struggling on our streets, actually address the housing crisis in a way that we're not just making announcements that we're going to do it, but actually get it done and then announce that we did. I believe that, the former mayor's approach to cutting services, creating delays on the TTC and raising fares was the exact opposite of what we should do if we want to improve ridership on transit. We need to make it safer, not by simply performative measures, but by substantive ways to address people who are in crisis on the transit system and elsewhere. And there are countless services. Again, snow clearing, everything from snow clearing to tree pruning to fixing our roads and improving our infrastructure that is not being addressed. And what I'm done with, and I think a lot of people feel this way, is mayors and other leaders talking about how awesome everything is, but we know on our streets and our neighborhoods that there are people who are struggling, there's infrastructure declining, and services underfunded. We need to improve our city, and I believe that we can make a Toronto that works for more people, for everyone, if we have honest conversations about how to get there. And I'm willing to do that as a member of our community, and I am exploring perhaps a larger role in that soon.
All right, City Councillor Josh Matlow, I don't think we're getting that official announcement tonight. You're still seriously considering this run.
But good try.
And exploring it. I just had to ask, right? Just try to get that answer from you.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate your time coming in and speaking about these important issues for Torontonians.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Appreciate it tonight.
You too.